So let's start off with the first perfume. It is a perfume. So let's start off with that. I like the box. The box is designed. I like the marketing of the box. It's very nice, front and back. So let's go ahead with the name on the top. Let's go ahead and open up. So upon opening that, I reach inside and of course I grab the bottle. The bottle is a short, small bottle, of course, and it's cute, right? It's really pretty. It's not necessarily a just a tube with, of course, a name or a number on it. So it's very cute. You can tell that it has a design and it's like a little diamond. So it'll be pretty to go inside your purse. Really pretty to go in your purse. So take it out. I'm going to take one of these cards. And let's see. Okay. Now this says the flower bulb. It has a common smell. Very common. And it is a good smell. You can tell it's very trendy. It's a good smell, but it's really trendy. So far, it smells good. I'll definitely wear it. I can definitely get away with it. It smells like Miss goodness. Dior. It smells like a Dior. You know, I wish I had somebody to bring me a couple of, but yeah, I can definitely guess, between them. And it would definitely be like a Dior. And I'm sure that, I think it was Miss Dior is what it smells like. So it smells really good. Like I can get away with it, and I wouldn't mind the find, going inside of the store, checking out, looking for something that is suitable and just not having a counter to go into to spray and to test it out first. But when I smell it, it smells really good. And of course, I'm waving it. It fades. It does fade, but it doesn't necessarily give in. It's one of those type of things that if somebody smell your neck, they can still smell that. It smells like it smells like you smell like perfume. So it's given from that perspective. It's not necessarily giving in. So, yeah, you might have to spray it a couple of times over the course of the night, just freshen up. But it's definitely worth trying out. So, yeah, that was that. So, that is Flower Bub. So, Flower Bub so far is a good fragrance. It's very memorable. Like I said, it smells like Dior, and that the bottle is nice. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take this. Of course, it has a cap. I'm going to put the cap back on it and set it back in its box. And it's a good gift giver. Like the box is really pretty. If you wanted to give somebody a reasonable gift, I think that you would be able to still cater to gift giving in this economy. So I think that it's great for gift giving. If you wanted to give somebody this, I think it'll be make an awesome gift. So if you wanted to buy like five of them, and of course, make gifts for your friends, this is a good one to give. So I like that about this one too. So yeah, like I said, it smells like Miss Dior, and I think that anybody will understand that it was given, in the economy with the economy in mind, and maybe not. Maybe this is something that people can really lead with, and just it has its own name. So you know. So the next one that we're going to be trying, this one also has a pink box, but it has a ribbon around it, and it's laced and glitter. It's La Bella Vita. So it's La Bella Vita. So let's go ahead and we'll open this up and see what it smells like. Up the fragrance, and you can identify the smell by just hearing the ingredients. So upon opening up this box, it's a very nice bottle, and this bottle, of course, is designed. It has a little rubber string right here. You can pull it and take it off or leave it on. It has a little bow. I like that. It's very pretty for pulling out your purse. It's a total round bottle. Is very convenient size to go inside your purse, and a nice size purse. You don't necessarily have to be a big purse. It fits inside of multiple sizes, dimensions in your purse. So I like that about this bottle, and it's very classy. It's meant to just be an eye-catching, going in and out. Something very calming, soothing, elegant. Not necessarily, what is that, but yeah, it's very, presentable. So I like that about the bottle. So when we go to open this up, take off the top. It's a small top. Hopefully don't have a hard time finding out it's clear, so you could just see how that goes. And how do you keep up with clear tops? But let's go ahead and smell this. And the thing is, right, what I'm hoping that don't smell like that one. Or I'm literally hoping that it don't smell like that. Sometimes, like I said, when they pass down the fragrances, they just make 5 different bottles, and I'm hoping this is not the case. So we appreciate you, industry, but let's try and let's see, is this something else, from another fragrance. So let's see. We got our card. Oh, it does smell like that one. It has a pinch of a difference. It just have a pinch of a difference. This is something that I won't be necessarily switching up. So I won't be necessarily switching up. I don't think that there's a difference. I don't think that I can do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday type of fragrance type of thing with these fragrances. What I know is that when I'm done with that one, when I'm ready to smell and still want to smell, because it still smells good. It smells good. But I think that once I'm done with that one, then I'll open this bottle and use that. But it's not something that I just figured that if I use this one day and I use that one the next day, then people would like to smell the difference. I would like to smell the difference. I have a new day on. It doesn't smell like a whole new day. It doesn't. It smells like the same day, if you compare them. But yeah, that's one thing that we're gonna see. Like I say, it is a tad different, just a tad different. You can definitely get away with boxing this up and making your own bottle. But yeah, like I say, it's just one of those type of things to where, yeah, I would just put that one, line it up behind that one, not necessarily from the side, but from behind it. So that's 2 bottles, but yes, we're working with a fragrance, a similar smell. We have, and maybe we shouldn't have got our pink bottles. Maybe it's something to those pink bottles. Maybe we should, get some black bottles or something like that. But we're gonna see how do we pick out these. How do we go in and pick out some bottles and not necessarily get trapped in the same fragrance. But yeah, if they would have been in different stores, it would have been like a find. But it's in the same store. So I guess we just got to be cautious to that. This is not a makeup counter, but it's very economical. And what else are you going to expect, right? What else are we going to expect? You can't miss and you can't go wrong because it is a very pleasing fragrance. So yeah, and I can't stop smelling it, and I'm just trying to make sure too that I'm correct about this. But yeah. But they definitely did. If you like one bottle from the next, let me show you the difference between that because maybe we can find some value in that. Um, just having different bottles and different bottle types. So of course you have this one first in your purse, which is very cute, or on your nightstand, and then of course you have on your vanity, and then you have this with your makeup counter, and then you have this one. Of course, is a little bit different from that. So if you like different bottles and things like that, then that'd be good for you and you don't necessarily mind the fragrance. But if you can group them together and just put them together for similar smells and things like that, I think that that'd be cute. And if you just want to separate, the purse type with the bottle type, I think you can go for that. That'd be how you pretty much can assess value and align yourself with necessity. So that'd be good. So let's go ahead and just, yeah, you know, let's check out the next one, okay? Let's check out the next one and see is how, is it useful to us? But yeah, definitely not, designing a pretty tray and having your familiar, similar smells, and you can't mix these because it wouldn't be good to mix them. They would just smell like each other. But if you had like a tray and just keeping these together is going to be very beneficial. I think if you keep them together, you can't get confused or mixed up, or the expectation won't be built. So you'll just have you'll know what you're getting, you'll know exactly what you're doing. So let's just keep those together. So let's go ahead and try. We're gonna go and skip to our red box. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and skip to the red box and see what it is, something in this box that we really, really, really can be excited for, and that we can contrast with our under fragrances. Let's see. So of course this one has a wrap. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. The box is very pretty. Of course, it's a very nice box. One thing that I'm noticing is that they might be made by the same company, the same owners. They might be that. So yeah, they really did go in with the expectation of capturing the probability. So they really went in with that at hand, and that's a good thing. So the box is red and it has like a city on it, Gold City, designed in gold. Very pretty, very unique box. I like this box. This box is very nice. I don't mind having this box in a gift. I think this would be very pretty for opening up and just really making something elaborating. So I like that about the box. So if we really wanted to make something, some flowers, some stuff like that, it looks really good. So in a bag, I think that it looks really, really pretty. So upon opening it up, okay, this is another thing, okay, and probably something that is very, like I said, same company. You can tell that it's the same company. But yeah, so when I'm opening this up, I'm noticing that the bottle is the same as the under bottle. So of course you have to pretty much, you know, maybe separate them on your nightstand, but I guess it's a common bottle, a common thing. And maybe the bottle itself was very reasonable priced, reasonable, compatible with the market that they was trying to grab. So with that being said, it's understanding why they went ahead and repeated the bottle type. So they did repeat the bottle type from the Flower Bomb. And so, of course, oh no, not necessarily. This is what they did. Okay. So, not necessarily. This one is a little bit different. So, this one is capturing, the dimension is a little bit bigger, and the tops are different. So, you tried. I think that that's good, for an economical bottle. Just, of course. So to all the girls out there that's designing their perfumes, I get it. So this is very nice. So I think that that's pretty. So yeah, they did make a difference. So there is a difference in the gold top is the gold top. So I think that I like that. I like the difference in that. And of course they can sit together and be a little bit different. So that might work. So that might work, that might work. So yeah, so there is some kind of dimension on the counter. So we like that one. Now this, like I said, is a red box. Very nice, very nicely wrapped. Love that. So let's go ahead and see, how does it smell. Is it giving us another smell, and can we be excited about that? Do we have another day of the week, right? So let's go ahead and try that out. So we got our card. You know something? When I first looked at this bottle, I told myself, I said that, something, this reminds me of Red Door, and it said diamond. So I'm thinking to myself, am they going to give me a little bit of a white diamond replica or something of this nature? Maybe white diamond replica or something like that. But this one is definitely lining up third in the boxes. It's going to line up third, one behind the other. This one's definitely going behind that one. So we definitely going to do that one for that. And this one is because it is so similar to the other two. So similar to the other two. And yes, they pretty much did, probably take a fragrance out, just a dimension of a fragrance out of it. For people who can't necessarily, I guess, have this or that, allergic, allergenic, conscious, um, environment, selection, yes. So, um, it is definitely similar, very similar to the other kinds, very similar. So yes, but it has a different vibe too. And not necessarily a different vibration or beats or anything like that. But if you have a bag that is going to be cute, this will match your bag. Definitely match your bag. So it's giving not. It's giving a different design for a different bag. The color is red. The perfume, they changed the perfume color, which is really nice, right? It's something that you can do. And yeah, we like that. So if you have like a gold bag or something like that, or another burgundy bag, or a little red, I think that it'll look really nice. It'll offset it very nice, or green or something like that. But yes, this is definitely something that if you are not necessarily wanting to buy a big bottle of this one fragrance, but it's a 305 red and it's portioned out. So if you wanted to go ahead and line this one up behind the all other ones, it's definitely after you buy it. It's definitely what you have to do. So it is definitely that. It definitely goes on the counter of other familiar fragrances. And if you have a thing for the same thing, and you don't necessarily deviate from a different fragrance or a different vibe or anything like that, then I say that this will be a perfect for you. This would definitely be something that no matter what you pick up, you couldn't mess up. And then like I say, and maybe not. This is the thing. This is the thing. I'm smelling. I got this one, and I got that one, and I have the other, the other one. Where's my paper? But yes, I have this one, and when I compare them, they take out just probably one fragrance from the other one. And yes, it's definitely something that when you go in and you test out all of the fragrances that you're gonna put inside of it, one without the other, without the other one, it's definitely something that is compatible to market it and buy for selling. So yeah, you can't really miss, and get a good combination. So I think that that's pretty much what happened, and it's so seamlessly different. So, for my girls who love very nice dresses and that really can wear the same color and with different slight tone differences, this would be some good groupings for you. I mean, just slightly different tones, you know, just something that is very, subtle, subtly changing. Now, if you go with that, you will definitely find use in all of these fragrances and you will definitely find variation. So, that's one of the things that would bring a benefit. But yes, you can't necessarily, be switch up dramatically and expect a dramatic fragrance and a dramatic vibe. But if you did something very subtle with your clothing and things of this nature, your appearance, your attire, then I think that it will definitely be something that is like, I think you will you keep your impression. You will definitely keep your impression, but it will be definitely something to consider. Now, if you are a subtle, a use change or just a slight change in tone, no matter what you do, then all of these bottles carry a different weight, an astronomical difference. It would be a very subtle, a very delightful encounter with the subtle change in every just the elimination of the next smell from the next fragrance from the next tone, and just catering to just having a different slight tone, a different slight texture. That would be a just something that is very well thought of, very well picked. And yeah, so you can't really go into the perfume a chemist, the perfume lab where you test and get these made. You can't really underestimate going inside of there and just extracting one fragrance from the next. You can't underestimate the power of doing that. So I like that for that that factor. And I think that would be the most beneficial way of doing that, and seeing this for value and valuing these types of fragrances and these commonalities, because they're so common, but then they're not, right? But then they have that one thing, but it is so similar to the others. So if you go in there and you have that intention behind your wardrobe, I think that it makes for a very good find. Five of good finds for variations in different tone. So I like that about it. And so, with that being said, it definitely goes on the same counter. But if you are one of those type of girls, then maybe you can compartmentalize them and keep them different. So you have your different days for your different tones. And that would be good for you. So you definitely want to separate them and have them, of course, put together. But yeah. And of course separate from your more dramatic fragrances, because I think that sometimes when you have like your ball gown theme, your elegant theme, just extravagant from elegant, and you have those things aligned and separated, I think that you really will find value in it. So with that being said, let's move on to the next one and check it out and see, do we find anything for any different tone. So of course, let's go for the gold bottle. So this one it has a gold box, the gold box. So we have a gold box. It's called Madame 5. Okay, this one is from France as well, and it's pretty much made by the same as these others perfume, but they all are made from the same company. So let's go ahead and take a smell and see what this one is smelling like. Now this box is nice as well. They deviated from the other design, which is pretty cool. And this one, it has a square bottle, very square, and yeah, postured up. So we like that. But of course, without those centers in the center of your hand, and it's very for a round bottle for the center of your hand. And this one is pretty much for posturing with your fingers and spraying with your fingers. So I like that too. I like the different aesthetic when it comes down to making this something that brings out character. So I like that. So Madame 5 on the front of the bottle. So let's go ahead and test this out. Smelling it, you can't smell it, but let's go ahead and get a card. Okay. So we have that one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, wow. Wow. This one smells totally different. This one is definitely different. This one is definitely different from the others. So I like that. I like that. So wow. So yeah, not only is it different, it smells good. So it's not just different, right? It's not it's definitely uplifting. It's definitely uplifting because yes, you get so many similarities in that. Can we make another one? Can we go bold? Can we go dramatic? You know? And it still smell good. So oh, this is smell good. This is definitely going on another counter. This is definitely another day. This is definitely another tone. So I like that about it. It smells good. Now this one, I'm putting this one on once I'm done because it has a unique comfort. It's a unique comforting smell. And yes, it goes with what the tone that I have right now. So yes, if I had to choose between those and because I paired them, I know how I'm going to use them. I pretty much get what I have to and how I have to go about deviating, dispersing them throughout the week. So I pretty much get that. But this one is different. This one is definitely something that is in a league, it's definitely in a league of its own. So I like that. And it gives me a little bit more dramatics from the others, but it's definitely compatible with the others. And shout out to the maker of these bottles as well. I have to say that I will be able to find use for them. And yeah, so far so good. So yeah, this one gives a uh, this one gives a unique expression. It's nostalgic in a way, but it's also new in a way. Like it has a familiarity, but then it's so distant. It's very distant, but it's potent. It's distance potent, and it has a value to it, a quality to it. And so I like that. And yes, it's definitely something that if I smell myself over, I give it. If I Is it nostalgic? Something, it builds the intention behind wearing a fragrance like this. I can give it my intention behind wearing a fragrance like this is, of course, to anytime I'm wearing a fragrance. Okay, I would like nostalgic vibes. I like cultural nostalgic elegance. And it is to always build that reverence in my day. I love that. I love that. I love the way it comes about. I love the way it brings the culture in for me, because sometimes you can be hidden in a lot of elements, a lot of different elements. And whenever I'm wearing perfume, it does that for me. It pretty much gives me that cultural elegance that I'm looking for. So I love that. It brings that sparkle, that light to my day. And I am pretty much remembering my time, my era. So I love that. Now, this is to be complimented. Sometimes, you got to take care of yourself and you got to step outside of your comfort zones. This is one that it really, if you step outside your comfort zone and you pair it with a dress, a beautiful, beautiful dress, because like I said, I found these inside of, let's just say, like the Walmart, the Walgreens. I found them inside of there. So it really says a lot about your daily routine and the travel eligibility, and being kind of eligible to deviate. I haven't been really eligible to deviate, but you know, um, finding us is very promising. It lends a lot of promise to what is possible inside of deviating and doing something very cultural driven and quality driven. You find something like this and it takes you out your way to pair it. I think that's a good thing. So this one does definitely makes me want to buy a dress and pair it with it. I like it. I I think that is very nice. And I can have a moment in all of my focus and all of my discipline. I can literally have a moment to myself of this built in elegance and culture. And I like that. The tone is very nice. So this one, I will remember, you know, to really go in and try to pair it with something that looks very good. And yeah, it'll be that for me. It'll be one of my bold fragrances. So it allows me to do that. It allows me to do something very bold. And I think that that's going to be very nice. So I think that that's going to be very nice. So I like that. So yeah, we scored on that. We scored on this one. We scored on this one. So I like that. We're gonna keep this one for the event planning. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to wrap this one up and put this one to the side. And yeah, you know, this one definitely is a showstopper. So we like that. It was not necessarily like the others. But we found use for the others. But yes, I think we found another space. You know, definitely aligned, a parallel universe here. And so we definitely have that. And so that's a 4 out of our 5. So we got one more. So then we're gonna go ahead, and this one looks very fun. This is a fun box. This is definitely made for sweatsuit. This looks like a sweatsuit backpack on your back, purse. Very sporty. But let's go ahead and test this out and see what this one smells like. Okay, this one the box of this is very similar to the other one that we have, but it's pink. So, like I said, the vibes on this one is very sporty, very cute, very cute. So it's definitely something that is meant to, let's see, where's we at? I think La Bella. Let me see. No, not this one. Oh yeah, it's this one. So this one exactly is made like this one, except it has a pink color inside of it. Now, of course, being pink, that's good. That's awesome. But do we have another fragrance, or do we have another statement, or do we have another tone, right? So let's see, is it going to give us a whole nother statement? We're looking, what can we expect? Nothing's wrong with that. It's just that I got 3 of almost the same tone, slightly different tones. And I have one that is a different statement. And I just want to see, could I possibly, is it possible on the budget that I spent this on to have a whole nother statement? I'm gonna see. So let's see. I'm very grateful for what I've gotten so far. And yes, it's just that let's see exactly what we have found today inside of our economy. And so let's get a card. Okay, we have a card. OMG. Oh, they deviated. They deviated. They definitely deviated from both smells. So the understatement just smells nothing like it. This smells nothing like the tones and variation. It smells nothing like tones and variations. It smells nothing like that. Oh, this one is nice. This one smells like flowers. So if I had to describe it, it definitely smells like rosy. It's very potent. It smells like roses, and it don't smell like it's going to fade fast. It smells like once it's on, it has a unique quality to it. It's clingy to it. It definitely will smell good after lotioning up, and it smells really good. So I like that. I like that after you lotion up, this is going to, it has a potent. So if you lotion first and then put this on, it is going to carry. Oh, this one is going to carry. It smells amazing. It smells amazing. So yes, definitely. And this one is fun too. This is fun refreshener. This is a fun refreshener. This is one that is definitely a conversation piece. This is definitely a conversation piece because if you put this one on in the public, usually you go in the bathroom or something like that. I just say make sure you're around girls before you spray it. Because we don't know the drama these guys have behind them. You're probably gonna smell like perfume. This is a war. But yeah, if it's around girls, this is definitely a conversation piece. No, of course, presenting this makes all the difference. So just present it well, and you should be able to demonstrate and pull off a demonstration. But this one smells great. This one smells really good. So I like being able to wear this one and use this one and have this one. So this is going to be something that I put to the side, and yes, I definitely can grab this one and experience something that is totally bold and totally make an impression on my day. So I like that. I really do. I do. So yeah, this one gives me that thing, So I like that. The culture is very it's yeah, if I could, I can't wait till I can really go into some of the design aesthetics and things like that, and be able to and bring to you guys my entire wardrobe throughout the year. Bring to you my entire wardrobe. Once I bring to you my entire wardrobe, I think we can pretty much winter, spring, summer, fall this one. I think we can really put this one into its quarter. And we put this one into its quarter, and I think that we can really get a visual on this one. On all of them, so I like that about it. So yeah, I'm not necessarily disappointed. The review on these are they're high if you can really find the necessity for them. The review is high. I think that, but like I say, you want to see how, but for what I got it for, freshening up is not a problem. It's just a matter of how often you freshen up. So for what I got them for, the economy is very pleasing. Is giving very generous. I can say that they have been very generous with these perfumes that they have put out, and it does lend a lot of promise to what getting dressed and being on a budget and creating culture for yourself and doing things of that nature, and creating gift giving, more culture and gift giving and things of that nature. So to being able to give one of these, and even the three, I think giving the three and just having just giving a great understanding of what you're trying to achieve by giving them a three of a similar fragrance. I think that that's even beneficial. So but I do think that these are great gift givers. They're awesome for gift giving. And yeah, so in then yeah, and you will be able to really, when give somebody something they can really appreciate for a great budget, and it's nothing. I mean, yes, just imagine that. Imagine being able to also give back and be and be of demonstrate being kind. I think that that's very beneficial, and it makes for good vibes, very good vibes. And yeah, so I couldn't have um asked for anything more from five fragrances than I got, so I'm loving that. And yeah, I conclude this tutorial with that. Now what I the link that I would give you is a personal link. um, Go into your local Walmart, Walgreens, and try the fragrances. Try them. And when they become so similar, just remember how slightly different you are. And find value in it. And utilize them for your shades, your different tones. So I think that with that in mind, I think that you will score, score big, and find a win, and find value in the money that you have to spend, and not necessarily feel indebted to yourself in some of the worse ways. Sometimes when we go to self love ourselves, we put ourselves in disciplines and we miss out on things. But if we tweak some of these elements and find value in the economy that we can bring to ourselves, I have 5 bottles of the 10 things that I love, and I found 5 of them just from fragrances, and being able to do that. So being able to have that is very beneficial. So I didn't think that I would be able to find that, and I think that just building on the appreciation in it is very useful for me. So I love the fragrances. I think that they're awesome. And like I say, freshening up on the economy, on a what can I say about that? On not necessarily a scarce economy. So just being able to do that on that budget is going to be a no-brainer, no problem. Okay, I can buy another one of these bottles, is what I'm saying. I can definitely do that. I'm not worried about weighing it down or wearing it out. I'm not really worried about that because I got it for such a good price. And yeah, like I say, the size is fun. The yeah, so and it's very cute, and so I like that. So I'm gonna go with that, and I'm going to pretty much get out of here. I'll run you guys by it again, the bottles again, but of course, just try to go into your local, take a trip inside of your local Walmart, um, and go on a little treasure hunt into the perfume section, and try out these bottles that be for sale, and be, of course, together, and try them. That's the way that I can explain them. And just go and try. You don't necessarily have to get these, but try a variation of them, and you can get more than one on whatever, because usually when we go in there to buy perfume, we have a certain number set, and it's just what we're going to spend. It's just what we're going to expect to spend. But when you go in there and you see like off to the side, and it's like five of these, you know, and they're really like $5 each, and it's like, you know, and you go in there and you can pretty much way down. I mean, literally way down anything you're trying to spend, and literally get like five of these to test out. Just, you know, if not, you know, more. I think that is very beneficial to try to do that. I had so much fun doing this. I literally had so much fun trying these out and testing these. It was very much an experience for me, and and it's kind of, it was worth a a expensive bottle of perfume. It was worth trying, you know, and making fun of this, making fun with this. So I think that it was very much worth that. So if I can bring to you anything, is go ahead and try them. Of course, I'm going to still, you know, if I can, I will one day. And when I do, I will. So, but until then, I have found some little prizes in the neighborhood. And yeah, like I say, if I choose to even step outside of my comfort zone and my discipline, I can be a great gift giver. And I hope that people would like really, you know, like it. So I'm thinking that that is good too. So being able to give that gift and give to some people who also is on a budget, I think they'll appreciate it a lot. So with that being said, this one is the one that I tried, of course. This one here, and this one there. Turn this one around, and this one here in our gold box. So these are the ones that we tried. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and hopefully you have a great time. And yeah, if you got perfumes, let's hear about them, and let's see what perfume you guys have or you like. So let's have a good day and all good vibes. Bye bye.